Now we are going to start lecture 2 of chapter 2 class 9th mathematics polynomials. So in this lecture we will talk about the value of the polynomial and the division algorithm. So we have studied in our previous lecture that a polynomial in X is Px is equal to a naught plus a1x plus a2x square up to a n x raised to the power n, and this a naught, a1, a2, these are the constants and this x is the variable. Now if we give any particular value to this variable, suppose I am saying x is equal to 2, so what we get is, in place of x we are writing it is 2, so this polynomial will change to a naught plus a1 into 2 plus a2 into 2 square, so on up to plus an into 2 raised to the power n. And when you will solve this value, a naught, a1, a2, these are all constants, so when you solve this value you will get a numerical value, and that is called the value of the polynomial at 2. So the same thing is written over here, that if Px is a polynomial, then at x is equal to alpha, this alpha is just like 2 we have considered over here, that at x is equal to alpha we put p of alpha, that is in place of x we are writing alpha, so that is called the value of the numerical value of the polynomial. So this thing will become more clear to you with this example. So the example given to us is 3x square minus 5x plus 6, this is equal to p of x. So this is a polynomial in variable x. What we have to do, we have to find p of 2. It means we are substituting x is equal to 2. So at all the places substitute x is equal to 2, it becomes p of 2. Next term will become 3 into x square, so it is 3 into 2 square. Next is minus 5 into 2 plus 6, and the final answer you are getting it is, and you will solve this, you will get the answer is 8. Next is qx is equal to x square minus 2 root 2x plus 1. So what is the value of q? 2 root 2. So basically what we have to do is, we have to put x is equal to 2 root 2. So the answer will become 2 square root 2 whole square minus 2 root 2 into 2 root 2 plus 1. So what we have done, we have just substituted, in place of x I have written 2 root 2, in place of x I have written 2 root 2. So the answer that I will get it is 2 root 2 square minus 2 root 2 square plus 1, that is equal to 1, because this will become 2 root 2 square and these two terms will get cancelled out. So the value of this polynomial at this point is 1. Similarly, another polynomial is given to us, rx is equal to this, and we have to find r at minus 1. So what we are saying, we will substitute x is equal to minus 1. So r of minus 1 will be 5 into minus 1 minus 4 into minus 1 square plus 3. So it is minus 5 minus 1 square, that is equal to 1. So it is minus 5 minus 4 plus 3. So the answer you are getting it is minus 6. So this is how we can calculate the value of a polynomial. Now the next definition we have is the zero of a polynomial. So zero of a polynomial means we are talking about those values of a for which f of a is equal to 0. What we are saying is, a polynomial fx is given to us. We are trying to find those a for which f of a is equal to 0. If we can find such a, we say that the a is the zero of that polynomial. We say a is the zero of that polynomial. So finding the zeros of a polynomial means we are solving the equation fx is equal to 0. When we are asked find the zeros of a polynomial, it means whatever polynomial is given to you, we have to find such values of x for which that polynomial is 0. That is called the zeros of the polynomial. We look at this definition with the help of the next example. So px is given to us, it is x cube plus 2x square minus 5x minus 6. What we have to do, we have to calculate p of 2, p of minus 1, p of minus 3 and p of 0. Calculating p of 2 means we substitute x is equal to 2 in this expression. P of minus 1 means we substitute x is equal to minus 1 in this expression. P of minus 3 means we substitute x is equal to minus 3 in this expression. And P of 0 means we are substituting x is equal to 0 in this expression. And when you put these values, suppose I am talking about the case x is equal to minus 1, what you will get, it is minus 1 cube, 2 into minus 1 square, minus 5 into minus 1 minus 6. This term will become 1, this term is minus 1, and when you are solving this you will get the answer is 0. So what we see from this is that p of 2 is 0, p of minus 1 is 0, p of minus 3 is 0, and p of 0 is minus 6. So in all these three cases we are getting the answer is 0. So we are saying that zeros of this minus 2, minus 1 and 3 are the zeros of px. So 2, minus 1 and minus 3 are zeros of px. But what we see from here is p of 0 is equal to minus 6 and this is not equal to 0. So it means 0 is not a zero of px. The things may seem a bit confusing to you, but to number 0 and finding the zeros of a polynomial, these are two different things. So when we are talking about zeros of a polynomial, we are talking about those values of x for which the polynomial is equal to 0. So we are saying we substitute these values 2, minus 1 and 3 and we find that the polynomial, the value of the polynomial is 0. This is value of polynomial. So value of polynomial is 0 for these values. So these are zeros of px. Whereas for 0, when we substitute x is equal to 0, we are not getting the value of polynomial is 0. So 0 is not a zero of px. Next we have to check whether minus 2 and 2 are zeros of x plus 2. So what we are saying that px is equal to x plus 2. So first we have to put x is equal to minus 2 and we have to put x is equal to 2. When we put x is equal to minus 2, it is minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 0, and when we put 2, it is 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So the value of polynomial is 0 when we put x is equal to minus 2. So what we get is that minus 2 is a zero of this polynomial, whereas 2 is not a zero of this polynomial. Now next is we have to find the zero of the polynomial. So the polynomials are given to us. We are saying the polynomial that is given to us is x minus 3. We want to find the zero of the polynomial. It means that the value of this polynomial should be equal to 0. We want to find those values of x for which this is equal to 0. So what we do is we are saying it is x is equal to, when we solve this you will get x is equal to 3. So we are saying x is equal to 3 is a zero of px. So what is the procedure? Whatever polynomial is given to you, equate it equal to 0 find x, then that value of x is the 0 of the polynomial. Similarly, in the second part, we equate it equal to 0. What you get is 3x minus 2 is plus 2 is equal to 0. Now the next step is 3x is equal to minus 2. Why we are getting this is, basically we are saying it is 3x plus 2 equal to 0. What we are doing is we are subtracting 2 from both sides. This and this gets cancelled. So we are left with 3x is equal to minus 2. Next step we are doing is we are dividing it with 3 on both sides. So what we get is x is equal to minus 2 by 3. So for x is equal to minus 2 by 3, p of x will be equal to 0. So we are saying minus 2 by 3 is a 0 of polynomial qx. For this polynomial, minus 2 by 3 is the 0 of this polynomial. So in general, what we are saying is, in general formula, px is equal to ax plus b is given to us. We want to find the 0 of this polynomial. So what we have to do, we have to equate it equal to 0. You get ax plus b is equal to 0. Then we are writing ax plus b equal to 0. We are subtracting b on both sides. We get ax is equal to minus b. So we are dividing with a. So ax over a is equal to minus b over a. If we are dividing it with a, it means we have now the a is not equal to 0. Otherwise, this division would not have been possible. We can only divide with the non-zero number that we have already studied in our first chapter, that division is possible for real numbers only when they are non-zero real numbers. We can divide this number only when a is not equal to 0. So this a gets cancelled and we get the value of x is equal to minus b over a. So we say minus b over a is a 0 of polynomial px is equal to ax plus b. Now the next question is px is equal to x plus 3. This is given to us. And we have to find p of minus x. So p of minus x means we are replacing x with minus x. So it is minus x plus 3. So we have to add these two terms. When you add these two terms, you will get px plus p of minus x, that is equal to, this x gets cancelled and answer will be equal to 6. So some observations we have noted over here. So these observations you must keep in mind, that a constant polynomial does not have any 0. Constant polynomial is, we are saying the polynomial 6. It cannot be equal to 0. We are saying it is pi. It cannot be equal to 0. So a constant polynomial does not have any zeros because there is no x over there. For no values of x that can be equal to 0. So only 0 polynomial is there. So every linear polynomial has one and only one 0, that we have already seen, that if ax plus b is equal to 0 is given, then x is equal to minus b by a. It is a linear polynomial, so a is not equal to 0 is already given to us. 0 or 0 may not be 0 of a given polynomial, that we have seen in our first example, that 0 of a polynomial means p of x is equal to 0, and 0 may or may not be polynomial means it may be that p of 0 is 0 or may not be p of 0 is 0. It is not necessary that p of 0 is 0, that we have seen in our first example. Next, a polynomial can have repeated roots. If we have a given polynomial, it can have repeated roots. Repeated root means the same root maybe 2 times. This thing will be more clear to you in your next classes, that what repeated root means. And the next property is number of zeros of a polynomial cannot exceed its degree. So these two properties you can just for your information sake over here, and these will be clear to you as we move ahead. Now the next thing we have is the division algorithm. So before moving to division algorithm for the polynomials, we just consider the division of the normal numbers. So suppose I have to divide 9 with 2. So what we say, we are talking about, it is 4 to the 8 and remainder is 1. So what we are saying, 9 is equal to 4 into 2 plus 1. Now from this what we have seen is that why we stopped dividing over here is because now the remainder becomes less than 2. The remainder we are left over here, it is less than 2. So we stop our division over here and we can write this number 9 as 4 into 2 plus 1. Similar kind of thing we are talking about in terms of polynomials. So we are saying if px and gx are two polynomials such that degree of px is greater than degree of gx, then on dividing px with gx, we are saying we are dividing px with gx, then what we have is the quotient we are having it is qx and the remainder we are having it is rx. Similar kind of thing we have over here, p divide g, this is quotient and this is the remainder. So what we are saying is px, that is equal to what we have over here, p is equal to q into g plus r. Same thing we have over here, g into gx into qx plus rx. Now when we have stopped doing this division is when this remainder is less than this 2 or this value. Similarly we are saying this rx, either the rx will become 0 or rx is 0 or the degree of rx is less than the degree of gx. So we can find this qx and rx. We are saying two polynomials px and gx are given to us. The degree of px is greater than gx. Then we can divide these two polynomials and we can obtain two new polynomials qx and rx where the degree of rx is either 0 or it is less than the degree of gx. So now in this question we have to verify the division algorithm for the polynomial this and px and gx are given to us. So we are talking about how we divide these polynomials. It is 3x raised to the power 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1, and we are dividing it with x minus 2. So what we look at is the degree of this polynomial is 4 and the degree of this polynomial is 1. So in the first step we are going to multiply this with the coefficient over here, it is 3, and we are going to multiply it with x cube. So when we multiply this term with x cube, what we get, we are talking about is x minus 2 into 3x cube. The answer will be 3x raised to the power 4 minus 6x cube. We are writing over here, it is 3x raised to the power 4 minus 6x cube, and then we subtract these terms. These two gets cancelled out and we are left with it 2x cube, and these come over here, it is minus 3x minus 1. So what we see, the degree over here it is 3 and degree over here it is 1. So we can move further. So what we are going to do, the coefficient over here it is 2 now. So we are going to do is plus 2x square. Y square, this is 3 over here, this is 3 over here, this degree is 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So it is plus 2x square. So when you multiply this term with 2x square, you will get it is 2x cube minus 4x square. Now it is important to note over here that in this term there is no square term. So when you subtract these terms, this first term will get cancelled out, and what we are left with is 4x square minus 3x minus 1. There is no square term in this, so we get the terms in this form. Now the next thing we have to do is plus. Now the coefficient over here it is 4, the power is 2, so 2 minus 1 is 1, so basically we have to multiply it with 4x. So when you multiply this with 4x, you will get it is 4x square, and next term you will get it is minus 8x. When you will subtract these values, you will get it is 5x minus 1. Now the degree over here it is 1, degree over here it is 1, so we have to do is plus 5x, 1 minus 1 is 0, so we have to multiply it with 5 only. X raised to 0 is 1, so we have to multiply it with 5 only. So when you multiply it with 5, you will get 5x minus 10. When you subtract these values, the remainder is 9, and the degree over here now it is 0. So what we are saying is we cannot further divide it. So what we obtain from this is that this is the value px, this is the value gx, this is qx, the quotient is there, and we are having the remainder is 9. So when we substitute all these values in the division algorithm, we are saying it is x minus 2, that is over here, then it is quotient plus remainder we have. We multiply these terms. How we multiply these terms is, we are talking about this multiplication. How we multiply these terms is, it is x into 3x square, 3x cube plus 2x square plus 4x plus 5. Next it is minus 2 into 3x cube plus 2x square plus 4x plus 5 plus 9. So when you will multiply this term, it is 3x raised to the power 4. Next term is 2x cube. Next is, when you multiply these terms with x, the terms you will get over here, it is 3x cube raised to the power 4, then it is plus 2x cube plus 4x square plus 5x, and from this term you will get it is minus 6x cube minus 4x square minus 8x minus 10 plus 9. And you will solve these values, you will get the final answer as 3x raised to the power 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1, and we have this value is equal to the value px. So we are saying the division algorithm is verified. So when you have to verify the division algorithm, you have to divide those two polynomials. You will find the quotient and remainder. Then you will substitute the values in this equation, that it is gx into qx plus rx. You will solve the equations and you will get the answer is equal to px. Second thing we have to see is that the degree of the remainder is either 0 or it should be less than the degree of gx. Second thing we have to do is, in this question, we have to find the value of p of 2. So to find the value of p of 2 means we just have to substitute x is equal to 2 in this equation. So it will become 3 into 2 raised to the power 4 minus 4 into 2 raised to the power 3 minus 3 into 2 minus 1. And when you will solve this, you will get the final answer is over here. When you solve this value, you will get the final answer is 9. So basically this question is in two parts. First is you have to verify the division algorithm, that is a separate part, and second thing you have to do is you have to find the value of P of 2. Now similar is this next question. We have to verify the division algorithm and find the value of P of minus 2. So to verify the division algorithm, what we are going to do is we are going to write this polynomial. It is x cube plus x square plus 2x plus 3, and we are going to divide this polynomial with another polynomial x plus 2. So over here the degree is 3, the term is 1, and over here the degree is 1. So what we have to do in the first step, it is 1, this term, the coefficients from this, into x raised to the power 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. So we have to multiply it with x square. So when you multiply it with x square, you will get it is x cube plus 2x square. This term, we are saying this is basically the term x square. When you multiply this with x square, you will get this value, and on subtracting these values you will get it is minus of x square. These two terms will come over here. It is plus 2x plus 3. Now in the next step we are having minus 1 over here. So what we are doing, it is minus 1 over here and x raised to the power. Over here power is 2, over here power is 1. So it is 2 minus 1 is 1. So this whole term, this is basically minus of x. So you have to multiply it with minus x, and when you multiply this term with minus x, you will get it is minus x square minus 2x. So this is plus, this is plus, this is 4x plus 3. Now the constant term is 4, power over here is 1. So what we have to do, it is plus 4, x raised to power 1 minus 1 is 0. So this term is 1. So it is plus 4. So when you multiply over here, it is 4x plus 8. When you subtract these terms, you will get the remainder is minus 5. So it means our quotient in this case is x square minus x plus 4, and our remainder in this case is minus 5. When you multiply gx into qx and you add rx to it, the answer in this case, how the multiplication is done, it is x plus 2 into x square minus x plus 4. So what we are going to do, it is x into x square minus x plus 4 plus 2 into x square minus x plus 4. We have multiplied both these terms. So it is x cube minus x square plus 4x plus 2x square minus 2x plus 8. So when you will solve this value, you will get the answer, and after all these terms it is minus 5 over there, and when you will solve this value, you will get it is equal to P of x. This is the first thing. Second thing we are talking about, the degree of Rx. Now degree of Rx is 0. It is a constant term which is less than degree of Gx. This is degree of Rx is less than the degree of Gx. So we are saying the division algorithm is verified. The second thing we have to calculate in this case is we have to calculate the value of P of minus 2. And to calculate the value of P of minus 2 means we have to substitute x is equal to minus 2. So it is minus 2 cube plus minus 2 square plus 2 into minus 2 plus 3. When you will solve this value, you will get the answer is minus 5. So the value of the polynomial is minus 5, and the question was again in two parts. One was to verify the division algorithm. So division algorithm is verified. Second is to find the value of p of minus 2. The value of p of minus 2 is minus 5. Polynomial with another polynomial